Right, well, it's the 18th of September. It's just gone 7 o'clock in the morning. You'll notice I'm not in a normal location. This is my brother's house, and I'm just about to set off to go to Coventry. Alright, let's do this. Okay, it's 9:15. I'm going back to my car, get the rest of the boxes. I've been here effectively for half an hour and I've only just found the venue. This does not bode well. There's no signage, and the best route into the actual drop-off point is the wrong way down a one-way street. Okay, so this is Priory Street. This is the drop-off. This is what the email said, the place to drop off. Good place to drop off is Priory Street. Alright, let's see where we have to go, shall we? There's the bus station. It's quite handy if you come by bus, I guess. And here, weirdly, alright, check it out. Welcome to Coventry University, but no access. But there's the venue, and that's how you get there. Driving up here. Now it comes out the other end, but that's not Priory Street, is it? So on the map, on the email, might be better to tell me which road's got the actual entrance on, as opposed to which road's got the exit on. Because I don't care what road I exit onto, because I've already unloaded at that point. If I can't get onto the road because it's no entrance, I'm never going to unload. But it's okay. They put a sign out the front there saying for meanwhile, I'm sure that'll be alright. But take a look. Take a look. No signs. Admittedly, Cathedral is quite a recognisable building. If you don't know Coventry, then you haven't got a prayer, have you? Never mind. This is my big red flag for this festival right now, this convention. No one knows where pick up or drop off is. There's no signage anywhere. Oh yeah, whilst we're at it, easy drop off. I'm not carrying anything at the moment, but I was carrying a bunch of crates just now. I can see why people put books in bags and in suitcases. One flight of stairs, and there's the second. Right, let's go and get my table set up. Wasted too much time on this already. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. We finished about an hour ago. About half an hour ago, I went to get my car to drive what I thought was going to be the correct route to the cathedral to load back up, and I was on a wonderful, magical, marvellous mystery tour. Oh, blew me out there for a second. But I got there, and we're all loaded, and so now I'm going to might go and grab a drink, and then meet some of the people we're tabling with today for a meal. That could be quite nice. After that, we'll do some reflections on the day. I'm back tomorrow as a punter. We'll be doing a few shows. We're going to a few panels and events, and we're going to go around and have the stands. So yeah, it's going to be exciting times. I saw Paul Cornell. That's a big plus. Paul Cornell just walked past the table, and I was like, "Oh my God, guys, this is Paul Cornell." And they go, "You're so starstruck." I goes, "Yeah, but I don't know him from comics. I know him from Doctor Who." So you know, it's kind of a cool thing. Yeah. Right. I think we'll call this one here. Let's go and get some drinks and food. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So I'm half hour late for the main panel this morning, which is about the weight of the drawn line. It's at University Square. Where's the Herbert? I've been told that that's apparently University Square. You know what would be great? Sign outside saying it's University Square. look, it's a great big video screen there. That'd be useful. Just a map saying what's what and what's where. Pictures of the building, saying what's on next. Oh, here we go. Where's that? No idea. Never mind. Oh well, I guess we'll carry on. So I'm in the hub, which is where the thing's actually happening, and I've already gone through the wrong door. I need to find myself on stage with the person doing the thing. This is where I was supposed to go. Please take a look. Nothing to say what's going on in this room at all. For all you know, could be anything. No idea. Ooh, what's this? Ah, captor. Set to 0. So there's no one in here then. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going into this event. So I've just been to try and find a student venue. There's a student exhibit this weekend of students from the university. Their work in various creative fields. It's a free exhibition. I thought I'd be interested to see what the kids are up to. The documentation says it's going to be at the hub, only it's not at the hub. The information desk didn't know anything about it, and it turned out it's been moved to the Herbert and just no one told anybody. That's okay, I'm sure there'll be a sign outside the Herbert telling us where the student exhibit is. Let's have a look, shall we? Well, that's a cool room, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah. I think they must be the wafts. But look at how that's brilliant. And that, let's zoom in. Those 4 tables are the student venue. Now, there was lots more people here yesterday, but they're not here today. It's a shame. I mean, I should have just said one day only. Oh well, never mind. So I spoke to the first exhibitor there. It's not a student exhibit. So I think they're local artists. So I've been given enough information. Apparently they've been moved into the cathedral. You know what would really help? A sign. Any kind of sign. I mean, if only in this environment there were people who are handy with markers that could write a sign. You know what I mean? Yep. If only there was someone who could write a sign, someone who could hold a pen and write on a vertical surface. If such a person existed, they'd be really handy here today. You know, just generally. But where would you find such a person? It's a mystery. Oh, it looks like they've been moved in with the other creators. This is kind of cool, but it means that this guide is useless because none of the events are where they say they're supposed to be. And I'll speculate. I think a lot of people signed up for one-day tables like myself, and faced with the idea that they're going to have a lot of empty tables on a Sunday, instead of giving the one-day tablers the option to upgrade for a discount, they moved everything around. I think that's probably a bad idea. So it's a bit of a loss, really, because yes, it's good for the students. They get the table along with the non-students, but you've got over there. You've got students that are local. You've got creators that are coming from all over the place. Over there, you've got 4 creators that are local, and I doubt they're getting as much people coming through the door because there's no signage to tell them that they're there. They say they're okay, but I mean, they're just quite happy to sit in their drawing. You know, if you're going to have a venue that's good, doing a certain thing, and you've gone to the problem of having flyers printed, you should probably really stick to what you say, what you're going to do, where you're going to do it, because it just breeds confusion. The fact the information desk didn't know where the student display was and they had to go and find someone, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Yeah, this has not been a very positive con experience. It's been good, it's been fun, but it's not been great. And it's these things that make it stop. It's these little things, these little niggles, these red flags that stop this being a great convention, just being like mediocre. So yeah, look, it's still early. It's only just gone off 12 or so. I've got a few more hours here. We'll put it all together later, and then we'll have a chance to reflect on it with hindsight and a bit of distance. Right now, not impressed. Okay, it's Monday. The convention finished on Sunday. I drove back last night. We've had a day or so to reflect on it. And so here's some thoughts. First up, the pros. First up, the pluses. The venues look lovely. I mean, Coventry Cathedral is a very striking building. It's a mix of both the ruins of the old cathedral, and new. There's this new architecture. The crew were enthusiastic and couldn't do enough to help you, and the table costs were low, which didn't make it. It meant it didn't feel like too much of a gamble, or it felt as a gamble you didn't mind losing. With that. So that's those are all big pluses. Now the cons for this con are quite long. So this is a convention that had a second track of panels. There were I'm going to consult the notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 8 lectures in one location, but you got all the big stuff happening on Saturday. There's nothing happening on the Sunday. So on Saturday you had the Marvel panel, the DC panel, so a really cool one about autobiographical comics, and something about the drawn line. And on the Sunday you had the same drawn line lecture again, something about a Star Wars panel, visualising a narrative with Ron Tyner. Unfortunately that was cancelled. He was unwell, so best wishes to Ron for a speedy recovery. And then a talk about illustration and animation. But like the DC Marvels, they're your big ticket items, they're your big events. And it'd be great to have one of those on the Sunday, just to space it all out. But then we have the workshops, and on the workshops you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the Saturday, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Sunday. So it is a problem, and that was reflective in the main artist tent, because by about 3 o'clock, 3:30, 3 o'clock, people were leaving. People were leaving at midday. Hardly anyone was turning up, and it's not a great experience. That's not great if you just turn up and find out half the tables are empty, which leads us into another con. Because the main artist table room was empty, the students and local artists were being pulled from their tables to table there. On paper, no problem with that. The problem is, on here, it says where they're supposed to be. And because they all moved, no one was where they were supposed to be. And the big problem was, none of the crew knew where they were supposed to be. That's a big deal. That's a big problem. So, a way to make sure that everyone knows what's happening, where it's happening. If you've got a lecture theatre with a lecture in progress, put a sign on the door saying what's happening, where it is. Think of it, treat it like a cinema. Next door, now showing, I don't know, the DC panel. Next, I don't know, the Marvel panel. I'd have to go back to the notes to have a look. But people know where it is. Otherwise, what you have is an anonymous door. And that's another problem, is the signage. The drop-off point on the email was set to Priory Street. And I'm gonna live and die on this hill. We were told Priory Street, so we went to Priory Street. Only, it's possible, I mean, I'd have to check them out, but it's possible it goes all the way around. So in the future, maybe something like, is it what, 3 words? That might be a better way to say which position to go to, which end of the road to go to actually go through the one-way system, and that's also a problem. To drop off, there's a one-way system, which means you could easily get it could get quite bottlenecked very easily with just people putting up to unload to move off to somewhere else. So that's a problem. The signage is a thing that they need to work on, definitely. In terms of telling visitors and guests and exhibitors where to go to do certain things, drop off, pick up, all that sort of stuff, and telling visitors and guests what's happening where. Up next, DC panel. The programme is confusingly laid out, and I'm going to try and show you. I mean, this is what's happening on all days. And this is what's happening on the Saturday. This is happening on Saturday as well? No, that's happening on the Sunday. But this has got Saturday. This hasn't. But it's okay, because this is colour-coded blue. So blue is Saturday and pink is Sunday. Except for when yellow is Saturday. So, consistency, please. Let's have a way that people know. I was not the only person who turned up to the new cathedral on the Sunday morning looking to do the soft drink and draw. Having read it in here that it looked like it was happening for both days. The design meant that you could interpret it as one of 2 things. That it was only happening on Saturday, or it was happening on both days. And you've got a map. There was a map. And on this speech balloon, you could have put, join us for the Saturday. You could have put it in there, Saturday. People have read it because it's a map and the people are looking at the stuff. So, tip for next time. So, the hope is that meanwhile, learn from this first one, and the next one they learn the lessons. My concern is that they've expressed interest in making this a touring festival. And my concern is this: every festival that they do, if they tour, is going to be like having a first festival, because the production teams are going to be situated in the location that they're going to be hosted. So you've got a crew of people who have already done one Meanwhile festival. They've experienced some of it, they've got some ideas, they've got some concepts. This team over here, they're doing it now. They don't have any of this information. So this festival will probably have the same issues with signage. It'll probably have the same issues with events not organised properly, and therefore people being moved around. Lessons won't be learnt. And if you've got another designer or another team to make another programme, the chances are this could become a confusing thing to read as well. So my plea to the Meanwhile Festival is, don't go travelling just yet. Shore up and consolidate. Learn the lessons from this one, because there are lessons. I mean, I've learned some lessons from this one as well. I've had some insight. Sat on the other side of the table has given me great insight, and I'm going to try and put some of that together in a future video, show some ideas that I've had. And they should look at this as well as a learning experience for the next festival, for the next convention they do. I wish them every luck. I wish them every success. I think if they keep that price point and they keep that sort of vibe, it doesn't become an MCM thing, and they keep the price point for the table, I'd be interested in going again. But they need to sort out they need to sort out the signage. They need to sort out how people get where they're going to. And they need to be able to react fluidly when things go wrong. And if people are only tabling for one day and you've got less people in the room, you need to work out in advance what you can do about that. Because they knew how many tables they'd sold. They knew how many people had sold for one day. They could offer a deal. They could offer a discount. They could say, look, we want you here for 2 days. Can we do? What do you think about it for? Not another 35 quid, but how about say another 20 quid for an extra day? The table's still there then. Anyway, this video's gone on far too long. But what a week, what a weekend. So join me in the next video. I'm not sure what it's going to be about. At the moment I'm penciling something, so I suppose we could do a penciling video. Do you want to watch a penciling video? Yeah, sounds good. Alright, okay. Then we'll probably do a penciling video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Alright? Bye.